Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yokiman here and welcome back to another episode of this by 11 career mode here on FIFA 21. Today we are going to play the Europa League final against Napoli. Now, if you didn't watch the last episode, go back and watch it. We do finish off the Bundesliga season. You'll find out where we finished and whatnot. Also in this episode, we will do the end of season roundup, take stock of the team, also advance far enough to get the transfer budget to know what we're going to have for next season. But I'm not going to make any transfers or anything like that. We're not going to get into actually doing anything of next season. It's going to be more of a roundup and just to figure out what kind of budget they're going to give us for the new season. But first of all, let's try and win our first trophy here against Napoli in the Europa League final. Right, guys, so this will be the team to take on Napoli. It's a very strong side. Obviously, we're sticking with Silas. He deserves it. He's played so well in the Europa League. Top goal scorer in the Europa League at the moment. Napoli have a pretty decent team, though. They've got Lozano, Insigne, Victor Osimhen, who could be a problem. They've got Mesut Ozil as well, which is interesting. Maybe we can play on the fact that Manolas isn't too fast. It's going to be an interesting game. I don't know how we're going to line up against them personally, how even the game's going to be, how difficult the game's going to be. I'm just hoping we can get our hands on this trophy, to be honest with you. It'd be lovely. Well, what a massive game coming up here. Napoli in the final for Leverkusen. I'm interested to see how we get on. We're wearing that lovely kit. I love the red and the yellow on the collar and the sleeve. Playing an extremely strong squad. We really are. Look at that Maradona there. It looks like Napoli are at home, which just seems really unrealistic that Napoli get to be at home. But this is, okay, well, they're not at home. Borussia Park, so they're definitely not at home. So it's 50-50, which is more than good enough for me. I'm confident. Do you know what? I genuinely am confident. I think the lads can play really well. Look at the Europa League trophy there. It'd be nice to get our hands on it. Obviously, Champions League football next season. We absolutely dominated a side from Italy to get here 6-1 against Roma. So hopefully we could do the same again, dominate another side from Italy, but I think this one is going to be a little bit more, I don't know, I think it's going to be a lot more difficult. They've got some real talent. Victor Osimhen's someone we've got to watch out for. Same with Insigne and Lozano. Mesut Ozil, a bit of a surprise in centre midfield, but he could have revived his career a little bit here at Napoli. I know someone wanted me to sign him, but unfortunately he has gone to Napoli. And Napoli, they've got a strong team, so it's not going to be easy for this Leverkusen side. It's really not. Let's see how we get on, though, and see if we can be lifting a trophy in this one. Well, as we kick this one off, the nerves are there a little bit, but I've got confidence in key players like Kramaric and Silas, obviously, getting himself so many goals. He's been superb for the team since he's been here. They get the ball wide here to Hirving Lozano early doors. I'm not going to do full commentary on this one, but I probably will do a little bit more of an extended with it being a one-game episode. Obviously, we've got some stuff to talk about when we go through the squad, but with it being a one-game episode, we probably won't dive too deeply into it. He's surely... he's onside. I thought Hirving Lozano there was off. He's going to be allowed to whip it in. Bellarabi gets to it, and then Ozil will fire off a horrendous shot, really, when you think about it. And he can do that all day long for me. Absolutely fine if he wants to fire off shots like that. Well, I've had us penned in very early in this game, but I've got Demirai now. He's going to ask for a runner, and he's going to play a poor pass, unfortunately, for us. And we're struggling to get into this one in the very, very early stages. I'm also contemplating for cup finals. I might up the minutes in the future. Obviously, we didn't for this one. I think maybe in the future we'll up the minutes. I'm thinking about upping the minutes anyway to 6 to get a little bit more action in the games. We seem to... I don't know. They're not long enough for me. I quite like a fairly long... a fairly long game, if that makes sense. Obviously on PES we have that Victor Osimhen there. Oh no, it's Talisca, but luckily for us. Side netting. And early stages have been tentative here for Bayer Leverkusen. Very tentative. Look at the way they're pressuring us. It's not been good for us. It's not been a healthy start. Leon Bailey now, though, will find himself on the ball. And we will find Demirai. Kramaric. Back to Demirai, and I spotted Silas making a run, and if Silas gets to it, he does get to it. It's a bit of a rash touch. What can he do? He holds it up well, and in the end, they knew the danger, and they closed it down very quickly. I lifted that in towards Silas, and he should have taken a touch. He was offside anyway, so it doesn't matter. But finding some danger there. We found the ball to Silas, which was nice, but unfortunately, the second time round, offside. Probably would have been smarter going towards Aranguiz. Napoli will bring the ball forward now with Insigne. And Mario Rui will whip that in. Luckily for us, it's right towards Hardecki. And then one of our strengths, obviously, is hitting teams on the counter-attack. Kramaric now will try and play in Demirai. Demirai will obviously try and play in Silas. Silas going to do here. Great footwork. He's going to try and play in Kramaric for a shot. Oh, I thought that would be 1-0 by Leverkusen there. Great save by Meret. Kramaric in those positions is dangerous, and that's probably the first time really we've got the ball out of our feet and been able to fire off a shot, but it's too close to the goalkeeper from Kramaric. Well, we're going to whip a corner in now. Jonathan Tah is going to be the man that gets up there, and could have been the man that gave us the lead. He won't be happy with that. It should have been a better header. They gave him all the space in the world, and unfortunately couldn't turn it in. The game's kind of just got a little bit stale now. Plenty of throw-ins here for Napoli, but they haven't really been able to fashion any openings as of yet. Mesut Ozil now, though. That's a fantastic ball in, and Hirving Lozano does get the ball, and well in Tapsoba for clearing it, and he will actually manage to get it as far as Leon Bailey, but Leon Bailey's had an absolute shocker there. I don't know what he was trying to achieve. Tapsoba will win it back. Oh, Maximilian Arnold there. What a fantastic touch. He's going to try and play in Kramaric now. We're going to play in Silas, who will play in Kramaric. Kramaric. 1-0 maybe. 1-0. And it's Kramaric for Bayer Leverkusen, making it 1-0. The main man himself. And he's great play. And honestly, it's just those brief moments Napoli have had sustained pressure on us. It's those brief moments where this Leverkusen can break away. And we're always going to be dangerous. And Silas, Kramaric, Maximilian Arnold with a wonderful touch. And I just kind of knew once Kramaric is in this position, it's in the back of the net. Oh, they've got a dangerous position here of Napoli, and the pressure that they're piling on has not stopped. I can guarantee you that. They're keeping it up. Tapsoba now loses out there. Oh, Jonathan Tah doesn't know. And now it's a brief moment where we might be able to break away. Demirai. Could Demirai do? Oh, he's got a bit of speed on him, but not enough, really. But Leverkusen, again now, in the driver's seat. And we can play a little bit smarter. Kramaric is in towards Manolas had to do well. Bellarabi now. Let's see what he can do. He's going to turn again and try and whip it in towards Kramaric again. And it's unfortunately blocked. We've kind of grown into the game as it's gone on. We really have. They're making a lot more defensive mistakes now. Oh, Mesut Ozil's done really well to come away with the ball there, hasn't he? Fantastically. Victor Osimhen. Hirving Lozano now will be stopped by Sven Bender. Question marks probably over his future with his age. Oh, Leon Bailey's there, been taken out by Hassi. Yeah, question marks maybe on Sven Bender's age and what we can get out of him next season, but I'm very happy with him. And we've got to remember, we've got Perez in backup if needed. Silas there. We'll find Maximilian Arnold, who wanted to find Demirai, who if he could have thread the ball through, he would have done. Fortunately not. Napoli have been pretty decent on the defensive. The one mistake really giving us space for the goal. But besides that, they've been very good. We've been very good as well, though, to be fair, going forward, which we have been all season, but that'll be half-time. And 1-0 to the good for Bayer Leverkusen, and look like they're lifting the Europa League trophy. But at the moment, it's been very tentative from both sides. Neither side looking to make mistakes defensively, and luckily for us, it was a quick counter and a quick break that led us to get the goal. Well, let's see what the second half will bring for Napoli and for Bayer Leverkusen. Napoli, obviously, will want to get off to a much better start, a much quicker pace to this second half, where we'll quite happily take what we've got at the moment, as Kramaric does great. His footwork is superb. He'll pull that back now for Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey in a dangerous position, tries to fire off a shot off. Maybe not the right decision. I don't know what's been given here. Okay, a free kick in a very dangerous position. Let's see what we can do. Well, we're going to take this one with Maximilian Arnold, because he's not bad at a free kick. I'm not too sure how you do free kicks. So, we'll see how we get on in this one. See how it goes. Over the wall, maybe? Oh, it's in the back of the net. It's in the back of the net for Maximilian Arnold. And what a signing this man has turned out to be, and what a supreme year he's having and season here with Bayer Leverkusen, and he's going to get the opportunity for his first bit of silverware at the club by the looks of it now. The fans are absolutely beside themselves. He did it against us early doors in the season, and now he's done it for us. Maximilian Arnold scores the free kick here in the final. What a big free kick as well in this final. They gave it away, and brilliant. Well, there's a mountain to climb now for Napoli, and although they may have had the stronger start, they've not looked good ever since, have they? They've not been able to get into great positions in the final third, and it's looking ever more likely that Bayer Leverkusen may be winning their first trophy here of this career mode as this game goes on. Although they've done pretty well here. What can Hirving Lozano do? He's not been as impactful as expected, and coming up against Jonathan Tah has probably been difficult for him today. Not easy to get past Tah, is it? Really isn't. He's a brilliant servant of the club. And he holds really well. And look at this. What's Irving going to do from there? Absolutely nothing. Every time, all day long. Maybe a yellow card for Demarai now. Yeah, for the tackle. Well, the free kick's given as well. Let's see what they can do from it. A goal here now would really open the game back up. It really would. At this moment in time, it's looking surely to be a Bayer Leverkusen victory. But we do have options now. Leon Bailey. Is it a heavy touch? It may have been a good touch. It's just not. Heisey manages to keep the ball in as well. What can they do now from this position? Napoli not playing well in this one, to be honest with you. Bar the first opening 10 minutes, I would have said. Since the goal went in, it's really been in our favour. Demarai now. Finds Kramaric really well. Oh, and we find Leon Bailey really well. Leon Bailey's going to whip that one up towards Kramaric. He just couldn't get much on it, though, could he? Couldn't get much on it. Victor Osimhen now is going to find Insigne out wide, who unfortunately will take the ball out wide. And I think we might make some substitutions. It wouldn't surprise me now. Oh, he's offside. Is he? Yeah, he is off. Ooh, that's very close. We will make some substitutions. I imagine they're going to make some subs as well now in this situation. They want to get back into the game. Osimhen is coming off. Dries Mertens is coming on. Lozano off. And Politano on as well for Napoli. A double switch for ourselves as well. Demarai will come off for Oliver Torres and Bellarabi off for Paulinho. They've managed to win the ball back here in a dangerous position. The last thing we want is them scoring a goal. Absolutely the last thing we want. What can we do here now? They've been, I don't know, prodding and probing, but nothing great. Politano, though, will whip a decent ball across, and luckily for us, we get there first. And, you know, they haven't had too much. They haven't had too much, to be fair. They haven't worried me too much either. Oh, Oliver Torres there makes an unbelievable run. What can Oliver Torres do now? He's going to try and whip that one towards Silas. And if Silas gets to it, you know it's in the back of the net. Well defended again from Napoli. And really, you have to start to think, if it wasn't for a set piece... Oh, what can they do now? Insigne, we will drive him wide. He's took a heavy touch. We have brought him down. Dries Mertens now. They've got the numbers advantage, but he's surely offside. Talisca. Oh, great ball inside. Will it be in? Hardecki saves it. It's going to be a corner now for Napoli, but what a fantastic save. Politano maybe should feel he should do better here in this situation. He's hit it well, but it's a great save from Hardecki. Well, the corner will be whipped in now by Napoli. This could be an opportunity from a set piece in a game like this, when it is very open and it's off the line. It's actually off the line. Would you Adam and Eve it? I can't. We managed to rescue it there off the line, and you can't help but think at parts of this game as Dries Mertens is in and now will score for Napoli, and they do have a lifeline. You can't help but think in parts of this game that Napoli have just been a bit unlucky. But they're right back in this one now, and this is a very interesting final 10 minutes for Bayer Leverkusen now in this situation. It was a great goal. Well, Dries Mertens gets himself a goal. It's his second in the Europa League this year. And gives Napoli an absolute lifeline that they will have wanted all along. I'm going to bring Silos here now for Amiri. Play him a little bit more centrally. A few more bodies in that midfield. Try and outnumber them. There's a long left to go now for Bayer Leverkusen to hang on to this one. And we've knocked the ball off the line. And we've also had a good couple of saves and a good couple of blocks. But Napoli managed to find a way through in the end. Oliver Torres now. Great position again. Kramaric now for Amiri, who's not been on the pitch long, but it's straight at Alex Meret. Straight at him. And this gives them an opportunity. What can they do with this opportunity will be the big question. Can they find themselves a goal? The Napoli fans will be crying out for a goal in this one. I don't know, you know. I'm nervous. All it takes is one gilt-edged chance, and Jonathan Tad does well there to actually win us a throw-in. We're very much in the dying embers of this one. We really are. There's not much left. Can we just hold on to the ball long enough to see out a victory? That's all we need now in this situation. Is the final whistle to go, and Bayer Leverkusen will be the Europa League champions. And that's a beautiful ball. And Amiri now does well to keep it and then plays it very badly, but the final whistle will go and Bayer Leverkusen will win the Europa League here for us in season 1 of this career mode. What a great situation. What a great moment for the lads. We've done brilliantly in the Europa League all year. We've had ups and downs in the league, but in the Europa League, we've been fantastic. And Napoli posed a bit of a threat there, didn't they, as the game went on? I think any more time in this game, and they could have easily have gone to a draw. But unfortunately for Napoli, look at them, absolutely beside themselves by the fact that they couldn't win this one. And there they are, the boys that managed to win the Europa League. A lot of it's down to Silas, you know, a lot of it's down to Silas, but at least this season, Christian Aranguiz will get to lift himself a trophy. Look at him there, the captain himself, very much ready to lift the Europa League trophy. This is exciting for me, a trophy in our first season. Leon Bailey as well, been pivotal this season. And here we go, Aranguiz. This is a nice celebration as well. We didn't see too many of these last year, but here we go. Aranguiz will lift the Europa League, and Bayer Leverkusen will be your Europa League champions. And it's a happy situation for us because we've got Champions League as well next season. And we've got our first trophy in the cabinet in this career mode. And it is the Europa League. Well, what a great way to end this season by getting our first trophy in the cabinet here against Napoli. In what was actually an extremely even game, Napoli played very well. We just had we had one very clinical breakaway and then a superb moment for Maximilian Arnold with a free kick. And, you know, he's really been solid. He's been golden for us this year. And he's a key reason why we were lifting that Europa League trophy. Well, as the season is now over, our minds spring to what's going to happen next season. And first of all, we're going to take a quick look at the Youth Academy, something we haven't looked at much throughout the year. We're going to cull and release some of the players that we don't think should be in the academy. Maybe take a look at a few that could do something in the future. We've already promoted a couple throughout the season. We will spotlight them in this episode and see how they get on. Need to start thinking about what countries we're going to scout next. And maybe what players are worthwhile promoting. At the moment, I don't see too many. Fisher looks okay, but at the age of 16, I'd like him to grow more. Also, if we go up here, we've got Fuchs as well, who looks pretty decent, but we need to know more closer to what the potential is going to be. But he looks like he could potentially be a left or right back for the future. We'll have to see how we get on with that one. But yeah, that's the Youth Academy at the moment. No huge standouts. The ones that were massive standouts we've already promoted into the first team. And those standouts, of course, the new ones are Jadal Milio, 58 rated. Wanted out, but his potential is 88 to 91. So obviously we were always going to bring him up. We've got Weiss as well. Timo Weiss, 65 rated now, German centre-back. May retrain him to play CDM. I'm not sure. He's very good physically, and he's got a fantastic weak foot. So I don't know. Maybe we've got Florian Wirtz, who is out on loan at Schalke. He's grown to a 71 as well. Fantastic player. Potentially could be a cam of ours for the future in the long run, without a doubt. Already 71 rated and 18 years of age. We've got Samed Unar, who has not really progressed, but a loan deal next season might help him out with that. We've now got Bjorn Weiss, who has only grown one since joining the first team. He's seen a minuscule amount of football, but we are working on improving him. I probably will look to improve that weak foot, though. Only 2-star weak foot does make him susceptible, really. I need especially my attacking midfielders who link up so much play to be decent on both feet. But he looks like he could be one for the future. Again, he had super high potential. We also have Sebastian Arnold, a new player who we promoted from the Youth Academy. He wanted out, but he was too good to let him go. Again, he's got a really high potential. He's 67 rated already. Left winger and left midfielder, 18-year-old German player. I am very excited to see what we can do with this guy in the future. We also have Turkmen. We have a few Turkish players, which makes me think maybe we will scout Turkey. I think it'd be a good idea. But we have Sem Tuna Turkmen. He needs a loan. At 19, though, I'm not sure he's going to really do anything as well. And we got Yannick, last name cannot be said. Yorkie cannot do that. He is 19 years of age, can play right and left wing. He's up to 62, but again, I'm not sure. A loan deal could be what's best for him. And then we have Azil, who is out on loan, but he's coming back. He's a CDM. He's grown a little bit, but I'm on the line now of maybe letting him go. Some other growth that we can look at: Perez has grown, Paulinho has grown throughout the season. Moussa Diaby has grown. Silas has grown by 5. He's had a fantastic season. Restos has gone up. There's quite a few players here that have improved throughout the season. Tapsoba has improved fantastically. You know, Leon Bailey up to 84. We've definitely had some key improvement this year and some players that have really overperformed. It's crazy to think that Patrick Schick has improved, although not having a great season for us. So now let's look at stats. But first of all, let's see who's going to be out of contract. So Baumgartlinger, we already know we're letting go, but then we have some players to look at for next season. We've got Wendell, Restos, Wirtz. These are all players that we want to keep around the club. So I will offer them new contracts, especially when Wirtz gets back. I can't offer him one yet. So we are going to delegate new contracts to these players and accept them. There is no reason for us to let them go. I definitely won't want to see Restos go or Wendell go. When we do play fullbacks, Wendell is really important to us. As much as he might not have played tons of minutes throughout the season, he's very important for us. He only signed 1-year extension now, so maybe we have to keep an eye on that. I suppose another big question would be high value assets as well and how we keep hold of them. We've got Diaby worth 50 million, Bailey worth 47, Tapsoba 44, Schick is actually worth 31, which is quite surprising to me, but hey, he is. Jonathan Tah worth big money. So there's going to be players here that we might struggle to keep hold of. I've said all along, I want to do this semi-realistically and the way Leverkusen would to a degree in real life. We're going to look for talent that we can improve, grow, and we are a selling club. In reality, they have some financial issues, so we will potentially sell players if big deals come in. If a huge deal comes in for Diaby or Bailey, as much as I don't want them to go from a personal standpoint of using them in game, we will let them go for just a tiny bit of realism. I'm not the kind of FIFA player, being a football manager player predominantly, that likes to play FIFA and then make all these wacky, crazy transfers and sell players for ridiculous fees. And usually what the mindset will be, if one big player goes and we get a huge fee in, then in my mindset, Leverkusen wouldn't need to sell 2 of their biggest players if they've already made enough money in the season. I'm intrigued to see what kind of transfer budget we get, though. If it is ridiculous, which I have seen a few transfer budgets be ridiculous, and we have over 150 million in profit sat in the bank, so it's making me think the budget's going to be ridiculously huge. We won't spend all of that because it's just not realistic. But when we start looking at stats for the season, as you can see, Kramaric being a superb signing for us. 44 appearances, 24 goals, 12 assists. He was involved in 11 games where there was clean sheets. But Silas again, the youngster that we signed, managed to get himself 14 goals this season, 10 in the Europa League. He was superb for us, 3 assists as well. Bellarabi with 13 goals, 11 assists. Maximilian Arnold coming into the team and getting himself 11 goals. Patrick Schick with 10 goals, which, to be fair, for a rotation striker, isn't that bad from him. You know, when we're looking at it through the season, it's, oh, Patrick Schick's not that good, but from a rotation striker who didn't play most games, a lot of these appearances will have been off the bench. To get 10 goals is pretty decent. I'm quite impressed with that. Bailey with 9, Amiri with 7, and then it kind of fizzles down after that. What's interesting to see is that Diaby didn't really contribute or score enough for me this season. He's a fantastic player, but I feel like he could have done better. Leon Bailey was definitely the better left-sided player. With only 3 goals and 4 assists, he didn't do enough for me. Well, the tournament prize money for winning the Europa League is only 8.5 million. I thought it'd be way more than that. I'm actually quite surprised. I genuinely thought it would be quite a lot more than that, but hey, 8.5 million is better than nothing, right? Well, guys, there we go. The end of Season 1. I will see you at the start of Season 2. Let's see what budget we got. Just quick to note, the board are absolutely delighted with my performance, which is unsurprising, right? We won a trophy, we got Champions League football, probably more than they expected, so I can't complain. We can't complain. It was a fantastic season for Season 1. Well, here we go, the usual pre-season tournament. And do you know what? To be honest with you, I wouldn't always do this. So this time round, I don't think we need any extra competition prize money. We've got the training for the fitness and stuff. So I'm actually not going to do these games. No, I am going to do them. I think we'll lack fitness leading into the season if we don't do them. So just pick one at random and we're going to simulate it anyway. But I think your team will actually lack match sharpness if you don't play the pre-season games. So let's go to the office instantly. Let's see what they've got to say. South American transfer market. Yep, absolutely fine. Season performance. So let's see what budget we've got. Well, this is the budget, and it is unrealistic. I don't know. I don't know how unrealistic it is, because they will have made a lot of extra money last season by winning the Europa League, finishing in a Champions League position. Leverkusen will have made more money last season, but I don't know. I think we've basically got 100 mil. I feel like 100 mil's a lot, but I don't know what the value of players is going to actually be. So maybe they're like super expensive this year on the game. I'm not sure, but yeah, it seems like a lot of money to me. But I mean, basically, we got 100 mil, right? We got 100 mil, guys, because I don't know if we're going to spend all that. I think we're going to kind of go down the same route we have been going with some more realistic style transfers and see who becomes available. But yeah, so 100 million to work with. Leave some suggestions again. They've got to be semi-realistic. I'm not going to just go out there and sign the best players in the world. We do have some players on our list. We've got Wagnerman, we've got Kyle Kurt as well, we've got Oliveira at left back, João Mario De Paul at Udinese, Lucas Paqueta, Frank the Tank Kessie, who would be unbelievable at central midfield. It would probably be whether AC Milan would be willing to let him go. Fabian at Borussia Dortmund. Eggestein at Werder Bremen, who I think actually makes sense if we want a midfielder, but I'm not sure we need one now. We've got Cucurella at left mid there at Getafe. Pellegrini at Roma. So I've got Nabil Fekir, who's a player I would actually really like at Real Betis. A player who I think Leverkusen could probably sign with him being at Betis. You've got Zanillo as well at Roma. Renier at Real Madrid, but I don't think he's probably realistic. Kulsulovsky, nailed that. He probably wouldn't come to us. He's probably one of the brightest prospects that Juve have. Porto, who is someone who we was so close to signing, who we might go in for. Anton Rebic, a player who I'm a big fan of, but I imagine he'll be playing a lot at AC Milan this future season coming up due to Ibrahimovic probably retiring. And then we've got Asensio from Real Madrid. Imagining that if he wasn't getting game time there, that he probably would want to leave and go to a different club. Would he come to Leverkusen in their first year back in the Champions League? I have no idea. So there's some ideas to throw out there. There's other players that we can look at. There's other players I'm going to look at. I'm definitely going to look at South American football. I'm going to look at some Argentine teams. I'm going to look at some Brazilian teams because they seem to be some players that, like Paulinho, like Palacios, that Leverkusen would bring in. So I'm going to look at some of those clubs, and I'm personally going to look for some players. And then I'm always open to suggestions. Again, guys, if I don't choose your suggestions, it's not because I don't like them. It's probably because it's not the route we want to go down in this career mode. But anyway, guys, that has been it for this season. For season 1, I'm looking forward to getting season 2 up and going. I'm excited for it. Let's see what we could do. Champions League football, so it's going to be a much harder season, I think, spreading ourselves between the two competitions. I'm also at the moment as well looking at a few sliders. I'm happy with how the gameplay is for me going forward. I'm just not quite happy at how the opposition play coming forward. They do this weird thing down the wing. If you play FIFA, you'll know. They do this weird thing down the wing where they just keep it down the wing and then they end up not really creating many chances or punishing you as much as they probably should do. So I'm going to look into some sliders because offensively for myself, I'm finding it fun. But offensively from the opposition, it's getting to a stage now where I'm fairly competent at the defending that I'm finding it a little bit easier to defend. So we're going to play around with some sliders anyway. But I appreciate all the support on this series. Please smash the like button for the end of this first season. Let me know how you think we got on. If you're new around here, hit subscribe. I would massively appreciate that. We're pushing for 1K by Christmas. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe. And I'll catch you in season 2.